I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a geek.
Hello, my name is AJ Jenks and I'm gonna sit down. Hello, my name is AJ Jenks and this is 8 Days a Geek, and this is a new little series called Honest True Reviews. Honest True Reviews is a new mini-series on 8 Days a Geek's YouTube channel, which I will be leading, and we will be taking one film that all you guys have voted for on our Instagram polls, and today we have... Yes, that's right, it's Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. In the early 1700s, while sailing to Port Royal, Jamaica, Governor Swan and his daughter Elizabeth and James Norrington and Gibbs! Who remembers Gibbs? Look at him. Fantastic, proud man. They then encounter a shipwreck and we see a black ship leaving the side. We then meet Will Turner. Will is taken up from the sea and Elizabeth then takes a pirate gold medallion from his neck and puts it round hers. 8 years later, Norrington is promoted to Commodore Norrington and proposes to Elizabeth Swan. She then faints because her corset is too tight and she falls to a great height into the water, where her medallion then emits some massive boom. Don't know if there's a name for it. Boom. Captain Jack Sparrow then jumps in to rescue her. This is when we properly meet that incredible man. Norrington then identifies Jack as a pirate and a chase ensues. It's fast! Jack then meets Will and again, their fight ensues. It's fast! Jack is then taken prisoner. That night, the Black Pearl attacks Port Royal in search of the final missing medallion. They take Elizabeth onto the ship to meet Captain Barbossa. She lies about her name and says that her name is Turner, not Swan. And they all believe that she is the daughter of Bootstrap Bill Turner. Will sets Jack free to help him find Elizabeth, whom Will loves. Now, Jack, being the original captain of the Black Pearl, before a mutiny was staged by Captain Barbossa, wants to get the Black Pearl back. So Will and Jack both steal the Interceptor and then go to the island of Tortuga to find a crew. When we get to Tortuga, there's some absolutely fantastic slapping moments, which we all enjoy. We then find the one, the only Gibbs! Meanwhile, on the Black Pearl, Elizabeth now finds out about an ancient curse of these gold medallions, and anyone that takes them is then immortal. So she realises that the reason why she's been taken there is to be sacrificed with her final medallion, and they believe that she is Turner, but she's not. She's Swan. Jack and Will witness Elizabeth's sacrifice, which is just a little cut. She thought it was, just a little cut of blood. But they then realise that the curse is not lifted because she isn't the daughter of Bootstrap Bill. She's a swan. A beautiful swan. A beautiful white swan!
Beautiful.
Will then manages to rescue Elizabeth and take her back to the Interceptor, whilst Jack is taken hostage and put in the brig of the Pearl. The Black Pearl then chases the Interceptor, taking Jack's crew hostage and destroying the ship. Will then makes a deal with Barbossa to exchange his blood for hers after admitting that he is the real son of Bootstrap Bill and he is a Turner. But Barbossa exploits Will and exploits their agreement and then maroons Elizabeth and Jack on an island. There's some fantastic back and forth between Elizabeth and Jack, and a load of rum and a couple of songs and yeah, they have fun, but Elizabeth pretends to be drunk and she actually saves them. Elizabeth does, so absolute fair play to her. Jack then tries to lure out the pirates to be ambushed by the crew of the Dauntless, but they also forget that the pirates are immortals, so they can just walk underwater and come from underneath and attack. And they kill a lot of a lot of the Dauntless crew. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to watch. And then basically just a massive fight just ensues, and it's pretty great. The pirates and the Dauntless crew, they're all kicking off, and Elizabeth is, you know, having a little fight, and so's Will, and Jack and Barbossa have this fantastic combat between each other, and then it all comes down to Will just drops the final piece back into the chest of Medallion, covered in his blood, and Jack just fires his final shot and kills Barbossa. We are then back at Port Royal, and Jack is being led to the gallows to be hung for piracy. Elizabeth tries to distract Norrington whilst Will tries to rescue Jack, but it doesn't go well and they get circled at gunpoint. Elizabeth intercedes and declares her love for Will, which leaves Commodore Norrington a bit put out. Governor Swan then pardons Will and gives his blessing for Elizabeth and Will to be married. Jack then dives into the sea and swims back to the Black Pearl, finally reclaiming his ship. And he's back with Gibbs! But seriously, this film is an absolute landmark in movie history. It really was the first film for a very long time to make pirates cool. The score by Hans Zimmer is absolutely incredible. We all know it, we all remember it, we know each theme down to every second because it's just that good. The film made over $500 million in worldwide box office takings, which really put Disney back on the map for actual live action films. Interestingly enough, in early rehearsals for the film, a lot of the executives in Disney were actually against Depp's portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow. They didn't really understand it, but obviously he was taking a lot of inspiration from people like Keith Richards and a lot of rock stars, which no one had ever done with pirates before, which is why it made it so cool. If I was to give a rating for this film out of 10, I would give it a strong 24. But no, seriously, I'd have to give it a really big 9. This really is a fantastic film. I can't find any flaws with it. If there are any flaws, they're going to be in the films that come after this film. So that is my honest, true review. Thank you very much for watching. It's been fantastic having you here. And please check out our podcasts also, which are also on every platform that you can find them. Everyone! So thank you very much for coming. I've been AJ from 8 Days a Geek, and this has been Honest, True Reviews.
I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a geek.